Just talk and get paid. It's that simple, right? Well, yes. And no. If someone told me that there was a way to make money where people would literally pay me thousands of dollars just to hear what I think and say virtually on a Zoom call, I would never believe them. And it's not just me, it's hundreds of men and women that I've worked with that also get paid to talk to people virtually on Zoom. And if you're wondering how that's even possible, I'm going to unlock the secrets of speaking gold into existence, literally and metaphorically, creating money out of thin air. Then listen up, because I'm spitting gold here, baby, and you're getting it for free. Leveraging what you have to say, aka monetizing your skill, hobby, expertise, passion via digital consulting is still very much an untapped market. Wait, now he's saying something that isn't true.
Actually, the digital consulting and coaching market has been thriving since 2014.
Yes, that is true, but hear me out. There's this famous saying, the internet enables 8 billion monopolies, which means there might be thousands of coaches out there, but you still create your own blue ocean by either being unique in your method through which you're delivering results to your clients, or your unique character that you're creating content around, or by your unique audience that you're targeting. At the end of the day, there's people that want you to be the one to solve their problems, because you can speak to them through your experiences. Not Bob, not Billy, not Samantha. You. For example, let's say you're doing fitness coaching. A friend of mine, Adolfo Tex, he's literally very unique in a very saturated online fitness coaching market. But because he's generating this very unique type of content, leveraging his unique, funny, quirky personality, he's still absolutely thriving in that market.
Hey Adolfo, how do I change this?
Do this one.
What if I can't do that?
Do this.
How about this one?
Do this one.
And this one?
Do this.
Or for example, B2B service providing, a person that we're working with named Ivan, he's in the SEO niche, which is again, a very saturated niche, but he's kind of putting a unique method out there that he calls the LIC method, which stands for links, infrastructure, content, keywords that we helped him establish. So now he's again carving his own blue ocean within a red ocean. Or for example, relationship coaching. There's a great example of Dan and Ed that we're working together with, where their audience is very unique because they say, hey, we're focusing mostly on divorced men as opposed to any kind of man with our dating advice. So you can see here, you can carve your own blue ocean within a red ocean. But wait,
there is one more thing.
We're still early in the online coaching space. Why? Because people are still just waking up to the idea of getting consulted, coached, or getting services online via Zoom. I mean, you've already seen a lot of people using Zoom and Skype video chats and all that stuff. But then remember in 2020, when all of a sudden the whole world was going on to Zoom, whole companies were switching over to Zoom. So that was just one of many, many booms that is going to happen more and more often. Now your mom knows what Zoom is. Soon your grandma is already going to do video calls if she isn't already. Like, the world is going to move online more and more and more, and there's still millions, hundreds of millions of people that are not leveraging online yet, so the market is still absolutely going to blow up. On top of that, the digital coaching and consulting market is like one of those champagne glass towers, right? The moment the top champagne glass is filled, it kind of trickles into multiple smaller glasses below, which is a very perfect metaphor for niches, right? Which means every niche that is becoming saturated, like the top champagne glass, is creating sub-niches below it, like the below champagne glass. A great example of that is horse photography coaching. Really crazy stuff. So this is something that I came across, I think 2 years ago, where I met a coach that went basically from, I'm a photographer and I do photographing services, to I'm teaching photography online, to I'm teaching horse photography online. So top champagne glass, photographers, bottom champagne glass, below that, online coaching for photographers, and a bottom below champagne glass below that is like online photography coaching for horse photographers. So you can see how it's trickling down, which is really amazing. And that's also why all the major market analysis is still estimating the industry to grow massively. I mean, Forbes estimates it to hit $350 billion a year by 2025. Jesus Christ! That's also the reason why all the way back in 2019, I decided to go all into this industry. There's also the reason why I'm still crushing it with you right here, as opposed to all the people who just bet on quick fix trendy industries like dropshipping or crypto investing or Instagram theme pages. Like, if you come into an industry just based on hype, it's probably not going to last for a very, very long time, right? So look, as long as there's human beings on this earth, there will always be problems that we humans need fixing via coaching, mentoring, consulting, and service providing, right? And we will exchange that fixing for money. And if that ever comes to a stop, where humans don't have problems that need fixing, we'll probably have much bigger fish to fry anyways.
The apocalypse, solar flares, taking out the grid. This thing could happen easily at any time. Comet impact or asteroid impact, easily.
Okay, so it's a great business model, yada yada Max, I get it, but actually, how does it work, right? How can I tap into this market, even as a beginner, and monetize my skill, hobby, expertise, or passion? Well, you ever heard of that famous Joker saying,
if you're good at something, never do it for free?
That's how I actually started my first digital consulting business as well. It ended up making me my first million at age 26. So how I started was at age 19, I think. I was very shy and awkward dude, and I wanted to get better in my dating life. I wanted to get out of my shell, so I just started putting this into practice. I read a lot of books about that, and then I posted about my progress on online forums. That was way before TikTok, Instagram, and all that jazz even existed. So online forums were kind of the thing back in like 2009. And then slowly but steadily, people saw, hey, this guy is giving great, awesome value. Maybe that person can help me. And then literally someone reached out to me asking me if I offered coaching. And I was like, yes, I totally offer coaching for $150 a day, which back then for me as a student was a lot of money. So they started paying me for that, and I'm like, I think I'm kind of onto something there. And that was really cool, and I kept growing, I kept learning, I got mentors, I worked for free for my mentor, built my brand up from scratch, worked crazy 14 to 16 hours a day. Don't recommend you doing that, not necessary, but I worked my ass off for like 4 or 5 years, from 2009 to 2014-ish. All of a sudden, I started making high-ticket closes. I started making 5K a month, 10K a month, 25K a month. And then at age 26, at the year of 2016, I actually started releasing my first digital program, which then made me my first million. At no point whatsoever, I was a perfect 10 out of 10 Casanova. At no point whatsoever, I knew everything there was. I always say I was 2 to 3 steps ahead of the average person, and I was already coaching, and I was already getting awesome results for myself. And even if I didn't get awesome results for someone, I was just, kind of getting along and step by step, making myself be better and more experienced. And, as I got better and more experienced, people also started paying me more, right? And that's kind of how it works. So to put it into steps for you, step 1, here's how you do it yourself. You want to craft an offer based on delivering an end result. So imagine it like this. If you can help Bob learn programming, the end result is Bob knows how to program. Why wouldn't he pay you money for that, right? If you could help Sam land a date that he spent his whole life on dreaming of, why wouldn't he pay you for that, right? You really see here, look, Michael Jordan had Tim Grover, Bill Gates had Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, they had Bill Campbell. And these guys are being paid top dollar for what they do. Why do you think is that? It's the results that they're able to give for their clients, right? And they're damn good at it. So you can start by crafting an offer where you deliver an end result. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm a guitar coach, so I want to charge per hour. Get away from this per hour thing. Develop an end result that you're fairly confident to deliver, even if it's 12 weeks or 16 weeks or over 6 months. Find something that you can roughly deliver within 3 to 6 months, right? And that is now your test offer. And with that test offer, you can start getting paid. All right? You can literally start getting paid the moment you're 2 to 3 steps ahead of the average person in that. If you're not super confident yet and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I can deliver results, I'm not sure I should get paid for that, go ahead and do it for free, right? That's totally fine. Get test clients for free. Literally say, hey, I want to do this thing. I want to become a coach. I want to become a service provider. If I would do this for free and we'll work intensely together over 3, 6 months, 4, 8 weeks, whatever, would you give me a testimonial in exchange? Can I use your story as a testimonial, and can you vouch for me? Or perhaps even give me a referral? Yes? Great. Most people will say yes to that because freaking for free, right? So now you're delivering some cool results even if they're a little bit slower, even if they're not the craziest best results ever, but if people get help from you, you can now exchange that for testimonials or even already get paid, all right? That's ultimately how I got started as well with my first consulting business in the dating and personal development, just like I said. So I started posting about it, started delivering some results, started getting a couple test clients. First I coached my cousins, I had younger cousins, then I started coaching my friends for free, then I started getting paid because people asked me for it, and slowly but steadily I went from 0 to getting paid multiple 4 figures per client to what I'm doing now, where literally people pay me multiple 5 figures, 28,000, 48,000 to be coached by me over the time span of 6 months, and so on and so forth. It depends on, the intensity of it and so on and so forth. But you can really see how this can stack. Now, in order to attract these clients, you do not need to have a website, contrary to common belief. You do not need to have a big brand. You do not have to have a certificate whatsoever. All you need is step 2. Step 2 is what we call the rule of 1. I'm not going to go super crazy into detail here because I have other videos where I go much deeper into that, but the rule of 1 basically says you can make up to roughly $20,000 a month in revenue by just leveraging a single platform. A single platform. A lot of people say they need to have a YouTube channel, need to have a podcast, need to be on LinkedIn, need to dance around TikTok and all that jazz. Forget about that. Don't spread yourself too thin. Don't do the Bilbo Baggins thing where you're spreading yourself like it's butter spread on too much bread. Don't do that. What you just need is a singular platform. Which one? Depends on you. If you like writing articles and you're more like the science person, LinkedIn is a very, very good platform for you. If you like communities and kind of like the back and forth, being part of a community, Facebook groups might be for you. If you're good on camera, like this guy here, short form videos might be good for you. I would stay away from long form YouTube videos like this just yet because it's a little bit advanced. You can probably see this at this channel. There's awesome value in this video, I hope, but we don't have a lot of followers yet because it takes a very, very long time till you start getting traction there. So I would recommend you either stay with Instagram, TikTok for short form videos, LinkedIn, or Facebook. Twitter also works, and forums also work. That's how you attract clients. You post on these platforms 3 to 5 times per week. You kind of figure out, hey, what kind of posts work well? So let's do more of those. What kind of posts work not so well? So let's do less of those. And what happens is we call this the flywheel. It will slowly start spinning faster and faster because your content will start gaining traction. If on top of that, you now also add outreach, where you're reaching out to people that engage with your content, you're trying to reach out with people that are following other similar accounts like yours. Now you're tapping into what we call the flywheel hybrid method, which is a hybrid between posting on there and also reaching out to people, and you're slowly building up momentum. Like I said, not going to go into much more detail here because there are separate videos on this very channel that you can check out that help you with that. And then step 3 is, of course, selling, right? You sell to these people. Like I said here, you can start with free test clients. Later on, you can start charging more and more. I also have a separate video on that. Don't want to go too much into detail on that. Whew. And this feeds into the most important lesson here for you, a lesson that allows you to build a digital consulting business that lasts you a lifetime. All right, pay attention now. I never focused on making money. Rather, I focused on having an impact. It's kind of what I said before. I literally just wanted to share my lessons about my dating and personal development journey because I thought it was awesome what I was learning, and I just wanted to share and just give the knowledge away. So if you're watching this video, you probably have a similar urge deep down inside your soul, so to speak, where you're like, I learned this cool thing and I want to share it and I want other people to be part of it. And maybe you also have a little bit of a narcissistic part of you. Totally, I have that too, where I say, I like the fact that people look up to me when I share value. That is all cool. Focus on that, because money will follow, all right? So I was always focusing on sharing, started making money, but the money never really came through to me. Like all the way until I made my first million, I was still living like a quote-unquote broke student. Like I had made my first million in 2016. I was still living at a $1,000 a month apartment, like a student studio in Helsinki. My girlfriend at the time didn't even know I was making any money. She thought I was just some broke dating coach, funny enough, right? And it still made it work. So that's very, very cool. So how does that work? Because what you need to understand is people talk about you when you give a damn, all right? You need to understand is the moment you give value in your content or in your coaching, people will talk about that because their friends will notice a difference in them. So for example, someone would read an article that you wrote, or someone is a test client of yours and you're a fitness coach, they will start being healthier, their face will slimmen, they will have more energy, and then the people around them say, what happened to you? You have all this energy, you look great, you lost all this weight. Like, now people will talk about you. They're like, yes, because I learned from my buddy Sam, he's coaching me for free, or I learned from this guy that is posting free content on the internet. So people will talk about you, and that stacks up. A lot of what I do at my level now, we're making multiple seven figures, is marketing, right? We got YouTube channels, we got paid advertising, we've got a great team behind me and all that jazz, and that there's a time and space for that. But especially in the beginning, the best marketing out there is you actually giving a damn, you actually over-delivering to that one freaking test client that you're having. You actually over-delivering in that one freaking piece of content that you're putting out. That is how you can change lives one person at a time, and that person will inevitably talk about that, right? So now, you might hear the saying a lot, follow your passion and the money will come. Not a big fan of that, because what you need to understand is you still need to make money, right? So what I would like to do is I'd like to exchange follow your passion for money follows value. If you don't focus too much on your passion, but you focus on delivering value, money will come, right? So although your passion and purpose are important, no doubt about that, the money should still be an important focus, and that only follows when you deliver value. Whew. You get the money by stacking the impact on others. I just gave you that as an example, right? So to go full circle with what I've talked about before, you get money by stacking the impact that you have on others, all right? Literally, a random post that I once made in a Facebook group got me an $8,000 client. That $8,000 client got really awesome results. He talked about this to his friend, who then also bought from me for $8,000. Second example, I once reached out to someone whom I wanted to sell to. Turns out that person didn't want to buy from me, but that person had a podcast, and he said, Max, love how you reached out to me. Not interested, but I'm looking for interesting podcast guests. You seem interesting. Can you go on my podcast? So now all of a sudden I'm in a podcast, and even if that podcast isn't world famous, I got a couple hundred fresh set of eyeballs that now know about me, right? That's really, really awesome. Another example was where I had a good friend of mine on my podcast where I said, you're a cool dude, can you share some value to my audience? So I'm giving that podcast guest value. Now, he hopped on my podcast. He promoted that podcast episode on his Instagram stories, which gave me a couple new set of eyeballs on my Instagram. One of the people that found me on my Instagram ended up buying for $28,000 from me. 3 people got forwarded from that guy because I delivered really awesome results to that. One of these people, actually, we brought to $100,000 a month, which now then was featured on my YouTube channel as a client testimonial, which just later this week brought me another 28K client. So you can see here, despite the advertising that I'm doing, despite the team that I have and all that jazz, these examples are literally just happening because I gave value, which is really, really awesome. So you can really kind of see here, you're getting rewarded with money, but you also get rewarded with peace of mind, right? That you're actually selling something that helps people. And this is kind of like the dichotomy that I'm instilling in my sales team as well. I'm saying, hey, listen, folks, we're selling really hard. Like, we're here to make sure that the people that are interested actually become our clients. But one of the reasons why we can sell so hard is because we also deliver really freaking hard. And we actually have this little wins WhatsApp group where the entire staff is in, and in there we post daily, hey, client so-and-so just got his first client. Client so-and-so just cracked his first 10K. Client so-and-so is giving thumbs up, is happy about the program. We keep posting that to let our entire staff know, from the top sales guy to the video editor to the janitor. They all understand what we do here actually helps people out, and that allows us to sell hard, but at the same time, we all go to bed at the end of the day knowing that we've done something good. And imagine how that feels for you. That's really, really awesome. Or for example, my fitness coach. He's an online fitness coach. His name is Nicky Bra. He literally drives a Ferrari. So this guy's made over 10 million in cash collected as a fitness coach, and he's driving a Ferrari, but he's helped people like me triple, quadruple, for me personally, 9x their testosterone. And he's actually having a really, really great impact. So not only is he driving around in his Ferrari saying, I'm cool, I'm making all this money, but he also knows he's deserving that by over-delivering to his clients. And there's a client of mine, her nickname is Ice. She actually bought her dad a Rolex, fulfilling a lifelong dream of his of owning a Rolex, and she did that by over-delivering to her clients. So I sound like a broken record here, right? But what you need to understand is, when you're being part of that growth for someone else while making money, is literally priceless. And that kind of feeds into this upward spiral of success where you're succeeding because you're making more money and you're becoming better, and that allows you to hang out in better social circles and allows you to, afford better education for yourself and for your kids and all that jazz. You're in this upward spiral yourself, but now you're also helping out the next guy, right? You're extending your arm and you're pulling them up, so now they're part of that upward spiral, and now they get inspired and grateful for that they're helping out the next guy, and so on and so forth. And I truly believe this sounds really utopian. You're changing the world for the better just by helping out a singular person who then helps out the next guy, right? Look, I know this sounds like a pitch on selling you the idea of digital consulting. It really isn't. This is just me talking about something that's changed my life and has got me into this amazing position where I can share with you here today, and it has an impact on my life and on your life. And maybe just a tiny little bit, it allows me to have a positive impact on your life by watching this video. And I truly believe that this world is so great. It's so full of amazing experiences and opportunities and love and fairness and amazing lessons and ups and downs and gratitude, that I really just want to give back to others and make money for myself so I can reach more people and just be part of this awesome upward spiral of success for you and for me and for everyone. I think this world can be very, very beautiful if you take up challenges, you grow, you allow to fail, you allow yourself to grow through these failures, and you're helping up the next guy as well. Whew. Now, if you'd like to get an action plan on how to get people to start paying you to hear what you have to say, click the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below. So talk to my team and we can start getting your unique voice and lessons out there into the world. And if you're not sure what message you want to share with the world yet, or what kind of impact you want to make, then you can watch this video right here. I'll walk you through your starter guide, and I'll see you there. Bye.